kind of different all by itself. Can we use this as a yardstick? Because this is one state, Ekiti, where Chief Daniel Wanyonyi just told us that, look, the thing about this is its uniqueness to the extent that electorate attended all the political rallies. You don't have that in all the elections, in 2015 election, the presidential one for that matter. They won't attend all the political rallies.
I disagree with Dan on that issue of people attended all political rallies. I will tell you, you have the tapes, you can go and review them later. Those who attended Fayose's rally were Fayose's fanatics. They were, look, I sat down in my sitting room, even I watched Fayome's, Fayome, by the way, is a great guy, wonderful gentleman, and, he has not behaved in any way, lesser than, what I expected of him. He's a hybrid, correct background, high pedigree. And that's what he's not, yesterday. That's what he did yesterday. I have all the respect in this world for him. I will embrace him any day, and I think it is not over for Fayome, for a fact. But the point I'm trying to make is this, when you saw those who went out to Fayose's rally, and you looked at other rallies, you see that, some majority of the participants were passive. It's like, okay, we have come here to watch a musical show and all that. But in Fayose's one, they are dancing. They are serious. They are passionate. You understand? I have been a politician all my life. I've contested elections. I've contested rallies. I have never seen a situation where people have come to me and say, "Oh, doctor, don't worry. Look, this T-shirt, we pay for it." They pay for their T-shirt. All right, to go to a rally. What we normally do as politicians, I will tell you, I'm not ashamed of it. When I give you a T-shirt, I give you 500 naira to, so as to, to buy lunch. These people are not asking for money for buy lunch. They are even paying for the T-shirt. It was clear that this is a people's man.
I wanted us to look at some of these issues you raised. You talked about teachers and how he had most of the teachers' personal contact on his phone. And perhaps let's look at what some have called the teacher's effect, knowing full well that in Ekiti State, Governor Fayome did what a whole lot of people commended, talking about reclassification of the teachers that saw some principals being relegated to classroom teachers and some to vice principal, even though the primary school teachers refused to take that reclassification test. Can we then say that was another reason, because they hated that exercise, that most of them pitched their tent with the governor-elect?
It's not like here or there. There's something else I should add here. Yeah, Fayose is a grassroots person. But, Chamberlain started this session very broadly, that how did we manage to solve the problem of the 21, other candidates who wanted to. Amongst them were very distinguished people like Adeyeye, who has now been made a minister. Adeyeye, the Ekiti people have a lot of love and respect for him, especially what he did for teachers and all that. And that was why it was important for us as a party to ensure that Adeyeye was not in any way over-aggrieved. We brought him in. He's been taken to the federal level. He's a stakeholder in Fayose's ticket, and so many other people. So many other contestants. So, it's not just that, they refuse to do exams and all. No, Fayose himself, one of the very first people, when he came, the first time around, he was, overtly very nice and kind and generous and accommodating for teachers. You understand? I'm not blaming Fayome, the fact, after all, even, in Edo State, the teachers refuse to, in that case, it's even worse. They refuse to do the exams.
Well, they haven't actually gone to the polls, because the only time we have seen...
So are you saying that APC is going to go out in Edo State too?
I haven't said that. I said they haven't gone to the polls. So the only time we have seen something similar to what has just happened in Ekiti State is, I think, Kano State, when Konkonso came back after a couple of years out of office. But the thing is, the difference we have seen in Ikere State lie in the attitude of politicians and the electorate, which is quite commendable. We had a talk with Daniel Wanyonyi, and we must see how we can take the Ekiti example into future elections. As a member of the PDP, how well do you think your party can take that spirit of togetherness that we have seen in Ekiti State, irrespective of party affiliation,
What is it, togetherness? Togetherness with who?
Togetherness, irrespective of political party, they have come up to say, look, it is all about Ekiti. Even if I haven't won, even if I have lost, if I'm the winner, I'm asking everyone to join me on this. And for the very first time, we're getting to see almost all political major contenders go on air live to speak to the people that, look, this is about our state.
On Saturday, I posted on my tweet that may God grant us that a winner will clearly emerge in Ekiti, and that the losers will readily concede defeat. You understand? It is, for our democracy to be able to survive, what has happened in Ekiti must be something that we will adopt nationally. I also listen to Fayemi. It's not that, people are making mistakes. It's not that he does not see areas of disagreements or areas which he is going to complain about, but he believes that this is not enough to ground a process that has been, greatly successful. But he says, areas of infractions and, things, misgivings and all that, I will compile them and give them to the necessary authorities for the record. So that is not a spoiler. That is not the same thing as saying that, bone and blood, or that you must roast people. Those are things that have gone, those are politicians of the past that Nigerians don't need, that Nigerians don't deserve. That is why
we're asking you, as a politician,
yes,
how we can take that attitude from Ekiti people to future elections or to other states.
Well, it's for Nigerians to imbibe, to now learn from Ekiti. Ekiti, both the voters in Ekiti, the contestants in Ekiti, the incumbent governor in Ekiti, they all have come together to teach us a lesson. The voters voted for the people, of their choice, that this is the person that we want, irrespective of negative criticisms, media campaign, threats of this and that. They say, this is our man. Okay? Now, those who have lost said, okay, we have lost, we are not 100% satisfied, but we accept defeat. The incumbent governor, now says that, look, I'm not 100% satisfied, but, this election has come, and I accept defeat, but whatever is wrong, or, is wrong, I'm going to compile it as my complaint, but it has nothing to do with this, and I'm going to immediately form a transitional arrangement so that we can work together in the overall interest of our state. I pray that APC at the national level, who will eventually lose the national election, will also be preparing their minds now to say that it is about Nigeria, not about personalities. Because you see, APC cannot anyway win a national election because it's a new party that has just been formed. They have no grassroots support. They have no structures on ground.
But we cannot categorically say that.
No, I can tell you.
We cannot categorically say that.
So now, let me tell you one thing. APC is a new party. Hold on, sir. APC is a new party. And up till now, you will have thought that they will be in the forefront of marketing their manifesto. Nobody knows what is their manifesto. That's number one. They say they will not appoint their presidential candidate until November. And you want to do an election in February against most likely an incumbent. How can you win? So if they don't win, they must quickly be ready now to be preparing concessions.
That counts for all political parties in the country. That counts for all political parties in the country. What's the manifesto of the PDP?
We have been in power for 16 years. You can't see manifesto. Transformation is the major manifesto.
Okay.
The program is inside our manifesto.
While we're talking about money,
we'll let the electorate decide when the time comes.
The electorates will decide, just like they decided in Ekiti. It's very clear.
Exactly.
I'm just saying that, just in line what you are saying, that may God grant that our leadership in APC will have the same conscience and mind like Fayemi to accept defeat, which is inevitable that we come.
And vice versa. In the APC. But, down to this particular, to Ekiti elections again. I mean, you just talked about some of the areas where he was not 100% satisfied.
Yes.
He talked about harassment, intimidation, and allied infractions on fundamental human rights, some of which some governors have, made reference to. There's orders from the top. Do you know anything about it? Can you shed light?
What is orders from the top?
We're told that on Friday, on Thursday, beg your pardon, there was a mega rally held in Ekiti. Some governors that attempted to attend the rally in Ekiti, and they had been prevented from entering Ekiti State based on orders from the top?
You know, the governors can say what they like and what they like. You see, a governor, I think because some people achieve greatness at a relatively young age, they do not understand or appreciate the importance of the office. Look at Governor Amechi, for instance. I saw him in the newspaper, standing in the sun on a road, like a protester or, what does that mean? If you are a governor, the executive governor of a state, you are an elected officer. You are a very important person, in the country. Now, look, if I were a governor and I'm going to go to a rally, before I go to that rally, my chief details must give me situational report in the place we are going. The president of Nigeria, if he's coming to Lagos, he will make contact with the governor of Lagos State, the police authorities in Lagos State, and all that to ensure that things are okay before he comes. You don't as a governor, and if for any reason you get to a station and you say, "Oh, Your Excellency, sir, the situation in where you are going is such that it may endanger your life, and we do not think you should proceed." There's no need to be defiant.
All right, let me
what you need to do is to say, "Okay, thank you very much," turn back, then make calls to the necessary people and say, what is going on here?
Chief Wanya also spoke about some lessons. He talked about how politicians should be careful not to allow their aides and appointees prevent the people from getting access to them. And there's some we've heard complaints too about the president, his aides, his appointees, shielding him from people out there who want to tell him the truth. And as such, that could jeopardize his chances. Have you heard such things, and what is being done about it?
I think sometimes we over-exaggerate the importance of aides, and we also underestimate the capabilities and innate competence of those who occupy very serious office. If I were a president, before I appoint you as an aide, Chamberlain, I've known you for years now. I know what you can do. And, when you're telling me the truth, I know. When you're not speaking the truth, I know. When you're flattering me, I know. You understand? Same to Mark and El. So what I'm trying to say is that, yes, you can give advice to the president. But the president is a sensible man. He's a knowledgeable person. He's a politician. He's been around for so long. He should be able to decipher, as he is, between good and evil advice.
But what about, because in politics,
yeah,
you don't only appoint those kind of people. You appoint people based on party block and who your party brings.
Yeah.
So you may not necessarily know them to that extent.
But in any case, I give that to you, you're correct. But I will know what is in my own interest and what is not in my own interest. A politician does not want to lose the election. A politician does not want to hurt, those who... this Fayose's victory, where do you think, the original arrangement...
But have you heard, come from? Have you heard that kind of suggestion?
The president decided that, look, he called and said, "Look, gentlemen, we've got to get Ekiti. It is crucial." Yes, and then he says, "Okay, look, you people in the Southwest, he gave us a mandate. He gave us things we must do. You, the party, he gave them their own mandate. He gave them things they must do." So, a lot of initiative is coming from there, and these initiatives working together has brought success.
Are you saying that you have not heard that allegation that the president's aides and ministers are shielding him the truth?
I've had worse than that. I've had all sorts of allegations, even something worse by far. So, these are things that, when you're in the corridors of power, you get used to. But it doesn't stop anything. The show goes on.
Okay, thank you, and congratulations to the party. They won. Dr. Okupe is the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Public Affairs. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you very much. It's quite an opportunity to be here again. I'm happy.
All right.